Alright, I got myself for at home this little ultrasonic cleaner. Got it off Amazon. Musty one, he's got a way bigger version of this. He seems to have good luck with it. So I'm going to give it a whirl. Here's what the inside of the carb looks like, the outside. This half's not too bad. I got a couple things I want to try. Bunch of parts sitting in that. This is Clean Flow. I use regular carburetor cleaner. He uses gunk. I can't seem to find it around here. So I'm going to heat this up, turn it on, heat it up, and give it a whirl. So as soon as it's done cleaning, one cycle, I'll bring you back, okay? Just bring you back, it's still warming up. There's paint all over this, just for fun. I want to see what it does, the brass, see what it does to it. Anyway, when it gets heated up and I've run it through a cycle for 5 minutes, I'll get back to you. Alright, everything's out and cleaned. Did a really nice job on this one. The float and all that, the screws. There's this bowl. It had no pitting on it, cleaned it up really nice. This one that had pitting, it cleaned it, but all the pitting's still there obviously. But it got rid of all the debris. Metal, these screws, it kind of made them go dark black color almost. I just give them a quick little clean off on the wire wheel. They came cleaner than if you would just wire wheeled them. So this brass screw, it got a little darker. I just give it a real quick little touch with a Dremel tool and it came up really nice. It was I used Clean Flow carburetor cleaner. You know, it's probably not meant to polish up brass or whatever. I know you can get brass cleaners and, you know, different kind of cleaners for doing. They sell these for jewelry and etc, right? Whatever you want to use them for. Anyway, quite pleased with it. Got it off of Amazon. Maybe you can get them cheaper somewhere else. Anyway, just want to share that with you. Get back just one last time. There you go. Nice and clean. All reassembled. Ready to go back on. At the end of this video, I'm going to attach on how you make the fuel lines. One second. One second, bring it. This is the type of fuel line I was talking about, sorry. Just had to find it. Going to show you at the end of the video how I remake these so they look original using original ends like that. Alright, so at the very end of this video, it'll be tagged on. Again, I want to thank everybody that subscribes, gives me the thumbs up, and leaves comments. I really appreciate it. And until the next video, see you then. Alright, I just wanted to share something. This is the original fuel line for the Model 11. Right here. They just get hard, they rot, and you tap them and they break. So I've got a way of removing all the old line from inside of it. I cut it off both ends, remove it all. So what I do is I put it in the vise here, and I just drill them out. I just keep going at it with a little wee miniature drill bit. And drill all the way around, just keep drilling holes and get a dental pick and pick it all out. Anyway, so I'm going to get started at one and I'm going to go around here and drill in it. You got to watch because there's back out. There's an inner piece of brass there, hopefully it shows up. You got to drill in between two pieces of brass and clean it all out. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you. Okay, I've used my drill with a little miniature bit. Cut down in there, you can see how you can see the inner layer and the outer layer. I drilled a bunch of holes into it, use a dental pick, pick some of it out. So then I take a little socket like this. What I do, hang on. I set it down in here. Just chop gently. And it starts to open it up more. These were like a hydraulic crimp of the hose. Just doing that and tapping it gently, like I say, opens it up and allows you to go back in and drill it out. It just makes it larger, makes it far easier. Because what I'm going to do when I'm done this, I'm actually going to put new lines into these old original fittings and squeeze it back together to make it look like it's 100% original. I just like the original lines, the original crimps, and that. Just looks a lot nicer. Anyway, when I get a little bit more done, as always, I'll get back to you. Okay, so back again. Hopefully you can see that. They're cleaned out. There's the two ends. Where did I set the fuel line? Lost the fuel line. Back in a second. Okay, here's the fuel line. It has that weaved look to it, like the original chunk. You know, this is like a cloth wrap over the rubber. I don't think you can get that anymore. This is stuff from work. Get it in the camera. That's what it looked like. So I just give it a scrubbing down to make it look older. You know, I'm not sure if it'll show up in the camera, but it has that weave look. Okay. Okay, so there's my next step. It's sitting in the vise. So now that I've heated up, you probably got it figured out. We shove the line down in. It's rubber, right? So it'll melt. You got to be careful you don't... Oop. Ha! Okay, that's just what I didn't want to do. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing down in. It'll bottom out. You can see there's a bit of rubber excess sticking out. That'll be fine and I'll trim off. I just hold it till it cools. And you're literally just shoving it down in and letting it sink down into it. So when I get both ends put together, I'll get back to you. In the background you'll probably hear the grinder. It's just slowing down. So I polish up the ends afterwards. You can't even tell I've heated them. They'll tarnish back down. So there you go. One original style looking fuel line. I mean, it's original ends, right? It's just a new piece of rubber line in it. It just looks a lot better than pressing the old, you know, just like what I did with it. How I just shoved the ends on it. Some cheap plumbing ends and shoved the pipe on. So here's one I saved I wanted to show you. There's what happens if you get too aggressive and tap with it. Sometimes the brass is so thin and soft. Sometimes you can't avoid it. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody. It's a great way to make a new rubber hose with the original ends on it to look factory. Like I say, I polish these up because they get tarnished from the heat or they get a funny looking color. They'll darken back up in no time at all. Anyway, again, hope that helps somebody. Alright, there it is back on the saw, the fuel line. I've got all my governor linkage and throttle linkage all sorted out, so it won't be long, hopefully, before I can get it fine-tuned. I got the breather piece back on and all its parts back on the saw. I just wanted to say, I didn't come up with this idea. This is something a good friend of mine, Paul Schumacher, shared with me. I just wanted to share it with other people because I think it looks good. Looks like a nice original hose. You know, everybody knows it isn't. We won't tell the owner of the saw. Hopefully he won't catch on. Anyway, that's about it. When I get more, I'll get back to yous. when we get it back out and get it fired up. And also I just wanted to thank everybody that's subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments and thumbs up. It's nice when people comment. Makes it seem like it's worthwhile doing something to share this. Sometimes I wonder if it's just a waste of time taking stuff apart like this and showing people. But hopefully someday somebody gets something out of it. You know, somebody else working on a machine like this. Anyway, again, thanks everyone. Bye for now.